Hello, everybody, and welcome back to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 221. I'm Mike,
And I'm Colin.
and yeah, today we're gonna do a little bracket on some band names. We're gonna talk about some music news, and such. But
And
before
such, yes.
and such, before we do all of that, how are you, Colin? How was your week?
Oh, it was all right.
No,
Went up home for the weekend, for my birthday and my brother's graduation. Spent
Mhm.
time with the fam, have a good time.
Had your birthday?
Yeah.
Mm.
Birthday was okay. I if you don't mind if I vent a little
Uh-oh.
while
That's a
here.
transition. Okay.
uh, I won't get into anything too in detail about anything in particular, but
Okay.
seems like every time I go up, there's some like big problem
Ooh.
within my family,
Yeah.
and there's always like an argument that like delays plans or um, stops something from happening. Um, it's like almost every time I go up too. It's like I don't go up all that often. I'm up like every few months or so.
Right.
I try to come up more in the summer to spend time with people. But last year, and I don't like making it all about me. I don't really care about my birthday all too much. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't having the spotlight. I don't really care. Um, but I feel like I'm allowed to be a little selfish for my
Yeah.
birthday. It's mostly just about wanting to spend time with the family and everything. But arguments just break out between particular members of my family every time I'm up, and every time there's a problem. It's like people go their separate ways to like chill out and like not be around each other, and they feel the need to apologize to me, and I'm like, it's fine. I I come up here to spend time with you guys, and I don't know what about me being up here makes everyone jump at each other's throats, but
Mm-hmm.
it just it happened on Saturday night because for my brother's graduation, we went out to lunch with my dad and our stepmom,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that was fine. And then we went up to my mom and her boyfriend's house to have dinner, have some cake for birthday and graduation, and then
Mm.
my mom's boyfriend he karaoke's a DJ set at a bar and grill around in
Mm.
that area. So they were like, okay, well we're gonna go hang out there for a little while, and I was like, that's fine. And I told my mom, since it was my brother's graduation, I was like, whatever he wants to do, it's fine with me. I don't really care as long as I just want to spend time with everybody. Um, but and my younger brother, he didn't come up with any other plans or anything. He was like, oh, I'm just glad I didn't have to make any. I didn't have to make any decisions, and I was like, "That's completely fair. That's my thing too."
Yeah.
Um, but when it came time to go to the karaoke thing, everything just exploded. A whole argument
Sorry. It
started.
sounded like the karaoke bar exploded.
Yeah, the karaoke bar exploded, and the whole
Yeah.
argument. There was just a whole argument that started, and that was like super avoidable and very just like super. It was just like it didn't make any sense for it to happen at that point in time.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like like I said, I don't really care that it was my birthday, and I feel like, yeah, sure, he should have had like some say at like what he wanted to do for his graduation day and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but like he didn't want to come up with any plans. He didn't come up with any ideas or anything. He just like went with the flow like I did, and then he got upset at the fact that all this was happening, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, it was just big arguments every time I'm up, and it's just like
Yeah.
it makes me feel like like I'm the mediator for a lot of these arguments and everything, and I always
Yeah.
have been. I think it just comes with being the older sibling and not wanting people to be mad at each other and everything. But at this point, it's like I've done what I can. Really, if there's gonna be an argument, there's gonna be an argument. And I just kind of gotta take the back seat because this time it's just like I I I sat in the house with him for a little while, kind of like talking him down and like trying to get him to come to his senses and relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it just it it ended with him still being mad and upset, and it's like I've done what I can, but then I went out to the car and Max and my sister were there and talking, and I just like I broke down. It was like not it was not a good time,
Yeah.
um, and it was just it was just. And last year for my birthday as well, it was like we were supposed to go out to dinner, and then my dad and my and my brother and my stepmom all got in an argument before we were supposed to go, and then it was like an hour before, and it was like an hour worth of like waiting for them to stop arguing, and it was
Yeah.
the same kind of thing here, and it's like, God damn, dude, every time,
Yeah.
um, but it's just it wasn't the best day. I mean, other than that, the rest of the day was pretty okay. But the end of it was like woof.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I'm sorry.
just wanted to
Oh,
vent a little bit.
yeah. I was just gonna say sorry to hear about all that.
That's all right. Not your
Yeah,
fault.
I know. It's all my fault, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I sent them a little message. Hey, make sure to fuck everything up. I don't
yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah.
blow up that
Um,
karaoke bar. Yeah.
and we just on Sunday before we left, we sat down with me, my sibling, and Max all sat down with my stepmom, and we were all just talking about the whole situation and everything. And
Yeah.
I didn't have like the best relationship with my stepmom internally, at least. I didn't really make it known or anything, but
Hmm.
she had some like she was just like not on my best side for a year or so, but that conversation really helped my relationship with her. She apologized for like not being the nicest person and the most, and everything. Because
Hmm.
she was like, "Yeah, I went back to therapy. I think all of you guys should go to therapy." She's like, "I finally got your dad. I got him." It's
Hmm.
like, it was like, yeah, I probably should, but um, and she's like, "No, you definitely should." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." but,
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, no, like,
that's nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that conversation helped. It was nice. But otherwise went to Wally's a couple times,
Hmm.
the big old gas station. That was
Oh,
fun.
yes, yes.
Got some I got some they had like fresh potato chips under a lamp that they
Mm.
made, and I was like, oof, I love a good fresh potato chip. Those are yummy.
I'm not sure if I've ever
Um
had a fresh potato chip.
mm.
Sounds
It's
like it'd be
like
good.
yeah, it's like it reminds me of like fair food. I don't know if you've ever been to like a fair and they have like the spiral potatoes on the skewer.
Hmm.
It's kind of like that. I like when some of the chips are like a little soft and like more potatoy.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. You know what? I've gotten that at like restaurants before. I've had been to
mhm.
restaurants that make their own potato chips. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but those were yummy. I got a
Yeah,
Dr Pepper slushy because
nice.
that's the only
Ooh.
place I've ever seen those at.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, the trip was okay. Got to spend some time. Went to like Olive Garden. My dad and my stepmom took us to Olive Garden for my birthday, and that was yummy. Then we got some Andy's custard, which I love that place. Yummy
Hmm.
as well. All of that within a dust storm we were going through.
Yeah.
That was funny. I felt like it was in Dune for a second.
Right, right.
Um, but Yeah, but that trip was all right. Other than that one thing, and then came back, worked. It's been super slow. Um, we've had times of like busyness and such, but it's nothing compared to like when all the students are here and everything.
Hmm.
Um, but gotten to go home early a couple times, and just it's been work's been slow. But I have been put in the hole like every one of my fucking shifts, which is
Hmm.
the area where you take money and orders.
Hmm.
And by golly, is that the most boring shit in the world.
Yeah.
Um, standing in one place for hours on end. Uh, when you get some orders, but not a ton, and when certain managers are there, you can't really be on your phone because they get on you about it. So it's just kind of like staring at a wall for hours on end.
Oh yeah, I know the
Um,
feeling.
which makes me want to jump out of the McWindow, but but
Makes me want
um,
to kill myself. It's basically what you just said.
hey, you said it, not me.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, this week me and Max watched Wicked, um,
Mm.
which was good. Kind of mid in my opinion.
Mm.
The music was good. Some songs much better than others. Defying Gravity is obviously like the one.
Mm.
Um, worth it to get to the end of that movie just for that song. But God, that's a 2 hour and 40 minute movie,
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
it's just
Yeah.
and it's only a part one. So,
Hmm.
um, uh, but it was all right. And a lot of people say that like Glinda and Elphaba, their relationship is like a sisterly thing. Nah, those witches are gay as hell. Um, but I bought a new game this week called Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if you've seen anything about that,
I've
but it's
heard
like a
about it. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a cool turn-based game. It's by like a French developer. Um, and it was only like $50, and I was hearing really good things about it. My sibling really loves it, so I was like, you know what, I'll take the gamble.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought that. And it's been good. I'm it's a turn-based RPG, but like you can dodge and parry within battles, and everything's like kind of timed out to where there's a rhythm to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I haven't gotten it down great, but I'm learning still, and it's fun. And the actor who played Daredevil, Charlie Cox, is the main character, so that's pretty cool
Mm.
as well. Um, but it's been fun. Um, and then I listened to a couple things this week as well. I listened to Viagra Boys by
Oh.
Viagra Boys, and I listened to Carpe Diem Moon Man by Psychedelic Porn Crumpets.
Oh, okay.
Um, both good albums. I think I liked the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets album just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, but the Viagra Boys record was like you said, like you were saying, it's like it's got a comedic kind of thing to it. And in a weird way, it's like it reminded me of like Black Midi and like an alternate reality a
Yeah,
little
I could
bit.
see that. Yeah.
Just like the spoken wordness of it. There's gonna be some kind of all over the place instrumentals at some points. But it was pretty funny. I got some silly lyrics throughout.
Oh yeah.
But the Carpe Diem Moon Man by Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, it was pretty good. It was good psychedelic math rock kind of stuff. The album cover really drew me in.
Mm-hmm.
The silly little guy on the front. But it was good, and I'd definitely be down to listen to that more throughout the year. But just good psych and math rock, well written lyrics, and just like great instrumentals all throughout. I'd recommend both of those.
Yeah, yeah. My friend Vanessa is. I mean, you may have seen, but she's a big lover of those guys. I mentioned them actually probably like a year ago at this point because she was really
Yep.
getting into them. Did I choose that as song of the week one week?
Cornflake, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember if I did that as song of the week, but yeah. But she also sent the second song from that album into our music chat on Discord, and I did like that song a lot, so I've been thinking of
Mm.
listening to that. But
Yeah, I would
cool,
recommend it. I think you'd like it.
yeah, sick.
But yeah, that's mostly my week. Just been working. I think we're gonna go bowling or something with our friends
Mm,
later. But
fun.
um, yeah, and I mean, I've also been freaking out over some news that we can talk about
Mm-hmm.
in a little while. But
Yeah.
otherwise, that was my week. How was your week, working man?
It was a working week, and yeah, let me tell you, it feels like it's been 2 weeks since I've talked to you. At this point, um, yes, I I was working this week, doing 40 hours. I mean, I haven't done all 40 yet, but uh 8 hour shifts, Monday through Thursday, because this is Friday morning, well, afternoon-ish that we're recording. um and it was fine, I guess. It is a manual job. It's a lot of standing and stuff like that. But we're working in, just for context, we're working in like a chocolate distribution factory, is what I'll say. At least that's the side I'm on. There's also a side for like sweets and stuff like that. But I've been on the chocolate side the whole time. Um, and over there, you gotta wear a beard net, gotta wear a hair net, gotta wear earplugs. And so you're kind of just covered for the whole time. But yeah, I mean, yeah, at the beginning of the day, they just kind of pick people to go to certain places. So I've been doing something different every day. So I guess that's kind of nice. But
Yeah.
I feel like no matter where I'm going there's just like so much downtime there. So like when you were
Really?
talking about staring at a wall for hours on end, I'm like, oh yeah, that was my week.
Oh no.
And I was telling my friends or whatever that like the job would be like 5 times more bearable if I was allowed just a little earplug, just a morsel of earplug,
Yeah.
like, or earbud is what I
Your
meant.
bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we aren't even allowed to have our phones on us.
No,
So
Jesus.
yeah, it's it's whoo, it's a lot of sitting around sometimes. But yeah, the first day I formed boxes. Well, I was in like an assembly line type thing, and like they would send like these incomplete. Um, well, we're doing like Halloween candy, to put in perspective. And I actually
Mhm.
learned last night that I was talking to a guy who had been there for a month, and they were doing Halloween candy when he started, and apparently we're
Okay.
only like 13% done with the amount of Halloween candy, like
Holy
at the
shit.
moment. Yeah, which that's something. um, but um, but anyways, so it was like Halloween displays, like small ones that were like going down a conveyor, and I just had to like fit them into a box, and then I was taping that box for a while too, and then that was like too much to do for one person, so then they had another person tape, and then I was just shoving things into boxes, which was kind of annoying. Um, it's hard to talk about exactly what it is, but like it was frustrating, and I was shoving things in
Yeah.
places, and I was sweating. The main thing from that one that I did not enjoy was I was sweating a lot. um
Ugh.
and when you're sweating with a hairnet and a beard net, it's
Mm.
it's
You're drowning.
yeah, yeah, a little bit, yeah. I mean, I did deli work when
Yeah.
during COVID stuff with like the masks, and sometimes I'd be waterboarding myself there too. So it's not the
Oh
first
yeah.
it's not the first time, I guess.
No.
Um, but so I did that for like, oh god, probably like 3 hours ish or so. And then we went on break, and then I came back, and then I was opening boxes, like small little boxes, basically for the last like 4 hours of the shift or whatever. And I really underestimated how I don't know, I guess how sore your hands can get from just opening a
Mhm.
box, like a tiny box, for 4 hours straight. Like it doesn't sound that hard, but when you're doing that repetitive movements of just like, I don't know, opening shit, it like
Yeah.
really got to my hands. I was like, oh my god. So I was a little glad when that one was over. But that was day one. And day two I was like just circling this giant machine that, like, I guess I'm not entirely sure like how to describe this one either, but it's a machine that uh runs for the peanut butter M&Ms. There was like little shareable packets that you get on like a Halloween. Um
Mm.
and it just like kind of puts them in a place. I just had to make sure that the machine didn't jam, and the whole thing is like a big circle. So I was like the highest person in the room, height wise, going up some stairs to get up there,
Uh-huh.
and I just walked in a circle for quite a bit um, during that time. I was kind of fine with it though, a little bit,
Yeah.
because like I was completely by myself, so I was just kind of like singing to myself because
Yeah.
that's the job. I think I sang the entirety of OK Computer, and then then the entirety of Trench. And then I was gonna start doing Clancy too, and then I realized as I was doing Overcompensate at the beginning of it, I was like, "Holy shit, I forgot Bandito when doing Trench."
How dare you?
This was the my entertainment for the beginning of that day. Um, that one was a little mind numbing, but also like it was kind of fine in contrast to the day before. Like I'm fine just walking in a circle or whatever. And then there was like this nice lady who was like on my line, but like down below, who like was looking up at me and kept like throwing a nice smile at me and like waving at me. It was some grandma vibes. Yeah, it was sweet. And then after break, I was like just forming boxes and taping stuff again, but like in a different way. um, um, that was fine. Then Wednesday, we were kind of working in this assembly line thing again, and I kind of got to talk to someone that day a little bit. I kind of got to meet
Yeah.
someone, so that was kind of nice. Talked in just a little bit, but that was a lot of waiting for a while. And then once we actually started going, we had like the hardest part of the assembly line, at least the most things to do. Most people just had to put a couple boxes down, and we had to like put these posts into pallets, but like had to like shove them in a certain way, but not rip the box. And if we ripped the box, we had to tape it. And man, every single time one of those boxes ripped, I think a part of my soul left me. Like it would happen, and I'd just like, I'd be so like, oh my god. um, um, and yeah, that got a little quick, and our line lead was being pretty quick with it too. And then towards the end of it, well, not towards the end of it, it was like probably a few hours before the end. But there was a point when I just like turned around, and I heard someone yelling something. And I turned around, and there was just one of the workers at the end of the line. He was on the floor with some blood coming from
Oh.
his head. I was like, "Oh!"
Oh.
So I I started calling for medic or whatever, or at least to stop the line or whatever. And eventually we got there because it's also so loud in there all the time. So like another
Yeah.
thing is that it's hard to hear things. Um, like I mean the earplugs are one thing, but like just it, understanding what people are saying is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, but
The
yeah,
whir of all that heavy machinery is just like
right.
insane.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Yeah, it's a bunch of whirring of machinery. It's not like loud industrial noise, I guess. But yeah, but anyways, yeah, the guy was on the ground, and yeah, they got a whole bunch. Basically, the entire like upper management staffing was over there, helping him out, and he was bleeding pretty good from his head. He we figured out later that he tripped on like a little like there's like little nails that stop the pallets when they're like being pushed down a conveyor like at the
Mm.
very end, so like it doesn't go off of the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
They're not little nails, they're actually like kind of big nails, but like but he like hit his ankle on one of them when taking the corner, and I guess he fell. I'm not entirely sure how he landed on his head, and
Mm.
how badly, but apparently the next day they said that he was okay. And it was apparently he was okay enough where we didn't have to change the sign of days without work incidents. That number went up yesterday, so I guess I guess he was okay. um But yeah, no, he was bleeding pretty good from his head though. So that after that, they kind of she put a little bit of a halt on our line. She's like, I won't push you guys anymore. We're just work at your own pace. We'll figure it out. Yeah. And then yes,
Jesus.
yep. Then yesterday I returned to my roots as a pallet man that I that I learned
Yes.
from Amazon, pallet man and
Mm.
stacking boxes man. Um, and that's pretty much what I did. I had one thing I was in charge of. I had one pattern. Was doing that. And but I was also talking. I was talking with another guy who I kind of met that day as well. Um, and he gives me real Justin from the deli vibes a little bit.
Okay.
It's a similar type of person, but very friendly though, and just nice to talk to or whatever. And that was that. It was whatever. And then I had the option of taking today off. They came around. They're like, "Do you want to work tomorrow?" That's everyone, and I decided to go just because. Well, I am going in today just because I need money for at least these first few paychecks. So it
Mhm.
was very tempting, but I'm like, and we have Monday off anyway. So
Yeah.
um,
Is it? And you have the weekend off too, right? So
yes, yeah. It's Monday through Friday. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Um, But yeah, I don't get paid till next Friday, which sucks a little bit. I mean, it makes sense. They said weekly
Yeah.
pay, but like, ugh, that's a long time. But yeah, I mean,
Hey
it's
man.
it's fine though. I'm gonna hang in there for a little bit. I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna stay there for um until they need us there. Like, I don't even know how long they'll need us for, but presumably quite a bit if
All
we're only 13% through Halloween shit. Um, but I don't know. I'll see. It's just, yeah, it's a lot
Mind
of
numbing. Yeah.
mind numbing. My feet really hurt.
Yeah.
um, uh, yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, hanging in there for now. But I didn't really get to do too much else this week. I mean, I went to like the dentist, but it doesn't really matter.
Exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, not really much to talk about there. No cavities. Woo.
Ooh.
um, um, I guess the main thing with that though is it was my first day after the job, so like I had to wake up early to go to the dentist, just because
Yeah.
I didn't want to mess with timing and stuff like that. Um, so it was a little hard in terms of like getting up early and then taking a nap before I leave and things like that. But
Mhm.
yeah. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I did listen to an album this week. I still kept up with the most streamed thing of the week. I did it late on Sunday night instead of anytime on Monday. But there wasn't really any big releases this week, so it was kind of a um, completely new thing for me. But I listened to Unmusic by Lucy Bedrock. And I had no idea what this was going into it, and it was another Rage project. Um,
Ah,
yeah,
typical.
and I still am not huge on that genre. It's getting good reviews from like everyone else seemingly apparently, but I don't know, like it wasn't bad. I liked it a lot better than the Cardi and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But it was fine. I don't know, I it's not really my thing. And there was not really that much memorable from there. I saved like one song because I thought it had a really good melody on it, but other
Mhm.
than that I was just like, yep, these are auto-tuned vocals over distorted type beats. It's like, I don't know. Not my thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
Um, in some music news, like Colin was alluding to earlier, big news for the toppers, for the top fandom.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
huge news even, and that's that Blurry Face is getting a tribute album
Yes.
called
Yes.
Blurry
Yeah.
Face Reborn from Rock Sound. Say people who handled the My Chemical Romance tribute album from a while ago at this point. Um, but yeah, this was kind of the really the only thing that happened on the 10th anniversary of
Yeah.
Blurry Face was this being teased. Um, and people were like, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen?" Because they had like the names of the songs and put like red tape over the artist names or whatever. And people were trying to figure out who was singing them. And for instance, like the song "Lane Boy" was changed to "Lane Girl," and the amount of like posts I saw of people like having a screenshot of that and then posting like a gif of like Billie Eilish or something underneath it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
people are shooting a little high, but also like Lane Boy, that's mostly a rap song, right?
Yeah.
Why would Billie Eilish be doing that?
I mean, I heard
um,
some people theorizing that it might have been Linkin Park
that would kind
as
of make
well.
sense, maybe.
Yeah.
Emily didn't really like rap that much though, but like I guess Mike could do that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like, um, yeah, there was a lot of funny predictions, and I was texting Colin too. Underneath hometown, there was a very short one, and it looked like it could very cleanly fit the letters AJR in there. I was like, oh boy. Um, but yeah, the names were revealed though, and it was a little shocking how small everyone was. Like there wasn't even like one name that was like, oh shit, they got them on there or something like that. Like I was expecting at least
Yeah.
someone that would be, at least like pretty. I guess I would be super excited to see or interested in seeing. You know what I mean? But like it was a lot of like smaller artist names, which I think is fine and it's probably good for those artists.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I did expect some people like even John Bellion. There was a lot of talks about John Bellion, and he like said something around that day like,
On Monday.
anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
he was like, anyways, see you on Monday, and I was like, whoa, he's gonna be on, and it's like, no, no.
Uh, I think the thing with it is that they found artists who named 21 Pilots as one of their biggest inspirations,
Right.
and then went by that. So I think that is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was in the same boat where I was like, oh, who could be on this? I think John Bellion. Like some people were like, oh, My Chemical Romance could do it because they did it for them.
Right.
Um, and
Balu
I was like, yeah,
Brigada was another big one that
right.
would have made sense because I mean Tyler's like getting them on a label and shit like that.
And like Half Alive and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And it's like, you know, it's stuff that I was expecting, and then it comes out, and it's like, oh, AWOL Nation. That's
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
only name I recognize.
pretty much. Yeah, like James Marriott is there, who's like a
Yeah.
YouTuber, and like honestly, kind of the main reason I know him is I know he was good friends with Wilbur Soot, but has cut
Uh,
that relationship. But, him and then like Royal the Serpent, I like. Uh,
yeah, I feel
I've seen the name. I think they were in the first part of like that Arcane performance before they did that live performance of
yeah.
the line. I think they were one of the artists there. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of smaller names, and then then we got some clips of the songs, and then we even got
Yeah.
some extended clips of those songs.
Oh, I didn't get the
Bec-
extended ones.
oh, you didn't hear the extended ones?
No.
Oh boy. Uh they're sounding it's something. um
Mm,
they're sounding a little interesting, and yeah, it, well, like I guess another thing to say about this is that the way it was being teased made it sound like the songs were going to be coming out, what was it, Sunday or Monday. It
Monday.
sounded like they were going to be coming out Monday. But no, the tease was so that you could pre-order the album Monday on a CD plus poster package plus like something else I
Yeah.
think too. Oh yeah, plus a Rock Sound magazine. Like it was like it was a bundle, and I think that was the only way you could get it. You could
Yeah.
pre-order that on Monday for when it comes out in a month from now, even though it's the 10th anniversary last Saturday.
Again.
Um, um, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, they had clips of the songs, and they don't sound that great. And the extended
No.
clips don't sound that great either. I will say of the extended clips, from what I remember "Tearing My Heart" sounded kind of interesting. I don't remember who's doing that, but I was like, okay. Um, and I think James Marriott is a likable guy. And I'm hoping they just chose maybe the worst part of his fairly local interpretation. Because he does like they like chose like the part at the end of the song when like the song is big and like there's the scream and stuff and like
Yeah.
oh man that sounded not good.
Oh no.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
know.
I think I heard a clip. I think I heard. Maybe I did hear the extended clip of that one, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. And also, he's been popping up on my For You page on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, and just like, I'm fairly local,
Yeah.
and just like making jokes about it. I'm happy for him. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm happy for the fact that he's such a big fan and he gets to be a part of this whole
Yeah.
thing. But I think from what I remember of the Black Parade anniversary tribute record, I think it's gonna be around the same reaction. Um, to where it was kind of like there's like one good one, and then the rest is kind of like okay.
Yeah.
um, it's like it was the same thing with that, where it's like leading up to the 10-year anniversary, like MCR was like teasing something, and I was like, oh, they're getting back together, and then it was a tribute record,
Yeah.
um, and it was like the 12 Pilots hasn't broken up, so like the thought of like, oh, them getting back together wasn't a thing, but it was like, oh, they're gonna do something cool, like maybe the double album theory, maybe they're gonna release something right away, and then it was tribute album, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 21 Pilots who was teasing it. It was Rock Sound,
Right. 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 Right.
accounts. So it was like, um, but while that was happening on 21 Pilots, the eye was closing
Yep.
on their stuff again, which gave me
2017
PTSD.
flashbacks. Yeah.
Yeah. PTSD to 2017, right before the hiatus they took from between Blurryface and Trench.
Mm.
Um, for those who don't know, there was a brief hiatus between the end of their last Blurryface tour and the beginning of the Trench era, where an eye closed and like some words within the eye were there, and then they kind of just disappeared for a year. Nothing from either of them personally, nothing from the band account,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden in July of 2018, the eye started opening, and some like clips were posted on the Dima.org website of like a torch and a cheetah and things like that.
Yeah. Bunch of
And it
letters,
was like,
notes.
yeah, it was super exciting. That shit
Oh
was
yeah.
like insane.
That was awesome.
But um, but another anniversary happened as well this week. Scaled Nicey turned 4.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Um, which it got overshadowed by a certain thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the announcement of their next full-length album, Breach, coming out in September.
Yeah.
And they're finishing off the storyline. It was the double album, Truthers. Stand tall, raise your hands.
Mm-hmm.
You did it, folks. Uh, and I won't say that I doubted it. Um, I was skeptical of it happening, but
Yeah.
I had hope. I had hope, and that hope came to realization. Um,
Yeah.
and so that's cool. But I think that from like some website or something, people determined that it's probably coming out September 5th,
Okay.
which is the first Friday of September. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, and the
Mm.
yes, and the first single, The Contract, comes out June 12th.
Yes.
Which this is pretty crazy for us Twin Pilots fans. We don't get this. We don't get this.
Yeah. Usually we
we
just get a song drop.
Yeah. We don't get like, oh, here's the album, get ready. We get yeah, here's some like cryptic shit.
Mm-hmm.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm not too mad about it.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm sad that I have to wait another like 3 weeks for the first song, but you know what? It gives me something to look forward to at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's super cool. Cool album cover as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is my profile picture of the
Yep.
week.
That was what I was about to say.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. It's your yeah, it's your profile picture.
Yeah, that got me super excited. I woke up on Wednesday, I think, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I forget what day it was, and I opened Twitter and I was like in 21 Pilots breach, and I was like, what? Huh?
Hmm.
No way, no way. And I've just been excited about it the whole week.
Yeah.
Um, the fan art's been really cool. They were really
Hmm.
quick with that. Um, and also the font for the album is very cool as well.
Yes, yes.
Um, and some cool hidden stuff that Mike sent me from a Twitter account, from a
Hmm.
Twitter post that he saw.
And
Um,
and the hidden one you sent me too.
yes, yes.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah.
super exciting, super exciting.
Super exciting. I mean, I was a little bit of a double album doubter, but I can't say I'm mad, and I'm, I'm cautiously going into this one hoping that it's what I thought Clancy was going to be in terms of like, you know, more focused on the concept and wrapping up the concept, which presumably, presumably that's what's happening. Um,
Yeah,
but I also
I definitely
presumed
feel like it
that
might
for
be.
Clancy, but I'm pretty sure of it this time. So looking forward to that and how they do that. How they do that. Um,
I do that,
yeah.
and perfect time for you to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I found where your money's going.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
But-
And then when they announce their Fortnite season, that then more of my money will go.
right. Oh, dude, if that happens, oh god,
Yeah. All the skins would be so fucking cool. But like
it would be.
that's all I just gotta say.
God, there's so many cool things they could do. I
Like
fucking
shooting down some children while like dressed as torchbearer would be like the highlight of my life.
oh, so good. And
Hmm.
then you could have the fucking you could have the stressed out tricycle as an emote,
Oh
as
yeah,
a fucking moving
traversal,
emote,
yeah,
reversal emote.
or like Ned as a backpack or something.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
so much cool shit.
there's so much.
And the drums would be sick too.
Oh
Josh's
yeah, yeah,
drums
yeah.
and Tyler's bass, like everything would be sick as hell.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's super cool. Rise up toppers.
Hmm.
But
We got some top this week.
oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we
Hmm.
did. And we also got a new John Bellion this week as well.
We did.
Um, the the announcement that he teased for Monday was a single from the album called "Why" with I think "Why."
Hmm.
Yeah, "Why" with Luke Combs, um, a country artist. And did you listen to it?
I did listen to it.
What'd you think?
I honestly was not very huge on it. I only gave it one listen, but I really felt like I thought they gave good performances, like both of them,
Mhm.
but I felt like just like everything sonically was not clashing well. Like I don't think they had like any vocal chemistry together.
Yeah,
And I thought the lyrics weren't really anything all that special. Like it didn't really strike a chord with me. And like and then like the way like that the song builds too, like towards the end, just felt really strange. Like the marching band snare in particular is like what it's just
Mhm.
sounds weird. Like I don't know. It feels like it's supposed to be pretty heartfelt, but like it like just kind of didn't do anything to me. Like I don't think it meshed together all that well. Um,
yeah. I'm probably in the same boat. I only gave it one listen, but I did. The main thing I got out of it was that John sounded good on it.
yeah,
I think both of their vocal performances were well done. Um, and it wasn't a bad song. I think I liked it. I think I liked it quite a bit more than the Pharrell one, at least.
hmm,
But so far, Wash has been the best one.
yeah, it's
And
kind of washed everything. Like no pun intended. Like
yeah,
actually,
yeah, and like Kitty good too. But like, yeah,
yeah,
Wash was like great, and I'm really hoping that that's the tracks that aren't feature tracks are
yeah,
good as Wash. But it was all right. Looking forward to the album. Still comes out in a
yeah.
couple weeks. So, um, Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I don't think I have any other music news. If you
that's
do,
all I got. Yeah.
yeah. And then we can talk briefly about The Last of Us before we head into
Mm-hmm.
the tier list here. Episode 6 came out, and by gosh, I was I was a weepy man
Mm-hmm.
that night. There was a whole without getting into like major spoilers. There's a whole like flashback episode with the like flashback scenes from the game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them. Um, with Joel and Ellie going through Ellie's birthdays and everything. And a lot of it was super sweet. There were some really nice moments between their characters, um, as well as some like really damn good dramatic acting within there as well. Um, and there was a specific scene that was in the at the end of the game, but was
Yeah.
put into this episode. That I was a little nervous for them to have put this soon. But after watching it, I was like, I don't even care. I don't even care. It's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, there was a specific line from Daddy Joel that I that
Mm-hmm.
made me made some tears spring loose from my weary eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But also there was a slight spoiler, but there was a Lalo Salamanca jump scare
Mm-hmm.
in there as well at the beginning, which you know was cool. And then a line that he said uh, fed into that last scene, and it
Yeah.
just oof, that shit was fantastic. I love this episode, so
Yeah,
good.
Tony Dalton did really great though. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
probably the one scene we'll get him in, probably.
yeah.
And he like I don't really think we got to see an emotional side of him on like Better Call Saul. I don't know what he did in the Hawkeye show, but like he
No,
very
no, he was a comedic
okay.
character.
But he was really good in the Last of Us episode. Just
Oh
for
yeah.
his like 2 minutes of screen time, he crushed it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And the kid that got to play Joel as a kid,
Hmm.
uh, pretty good face
Oh
casting
yeah.
for Pedro because they had pretty similar grimacy looks to their faces.
Yeah, and I'm
Um,
not sure if you've seen pictures of like young Pedro, but like it looks very similar.
does it?
Yeah.
That's good. Um, but yeah, just fantastic episode. A lot of people still complaining about it, but you know,
Yeah.
I watched a review from a guy I like seeing movie reviews from on TikTok, and he was like, you know, if you don't like the show, don't feel the need to keep coming back every week.
Mm,
And I'm like, exactly, you know,
yeah.
if I understand following along and wanting to like a show because you love the game and you want it to be a faithful and a you know perfect adaptation. But if something is making you that upset every week and you hate it so much, why put yourself through it? If you don't think they're going to do a good job, if you don't think that's you know, if you don't think that anything they're doing is correct, then why come back? Why watch it anyway? There's plenty of people that are going to sit down and love it no matter what. Um, and if you hate it that much and you just want to add to the negativity online, especially if you're one of the people that are like, well, fucking Bella Ramsey is ugly as shit and shouldn't be
Yeah.
playing Ellie, then fuck off. Nobody wants to hear your opinion. Um,
Yeah.
and I know they just want to have their little voice online, but you know, if you don't like it, don't keep coming back. I don't see the point in putting yourself through something you don't enjoy just for a couple likes on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some direction choices in season 2 that I'm not super huge on that I think could have been done better at least so far. But I did really love that episode last week, and yeah, one of my neighbors was pissing me off a little bit too with like some of the stuff you were saying a little bit. I mean, he hasn't even played the games or whatever, but like he's kind of on the side of the internet that would be against this show, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And well, I had asked if they had watched this week's episode yet, a couple days ago, and he's like, "Oh no, not yet." He's like, "Oh, but I saw a bunch of screenshots of Ellie looking really goofy or whatever, like it look in that space
Oh,
helmet and like eating the cake or whatever, like in like a negative way." He's like, "Yeah, she just
mhm.
looks goofy, dude. I don't know, man." I'm like, "Bro, those are both sweet ass scenes that you're like automatically going into with, you know,
Yeah,
a biased against because." "Quote unquote" Bella Ramsey looks weird. Like it's so
yeah,
strange. It's like what the fuck, dude? Just watch the goddamn show. Why it's I don't
yeah.
know.
I bet I can
Um
guess which then that was, but
mhm. Um
but
but yeah. Um
yeah, the
yeah, I
also
don't oh sorry.
Joel singing was great too. I
Yes.
just wanted
Yeah,
that in.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, I thought the episode was done very well. And I'm also a little worried about having that scene from the end of the game already because it was kind of a very important flashback to have at the very end of the game.
Yeah,
However, that doesn't mean they can't replace it with something else.
yeah, right.
When it comes time, apparently in season 4 is what I'm hearing. When it comes
I really
time,
hope it.
that it seems like I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but I was seeing a lot of stuff of Craig Mazin apparently confirming that it will be a season 4. Um, but anyways, but like that doesn't mean that they can't replace it with something else to give some sort of emotional impact
Yeah,
at the end. And I feel like they have to, or else season 4 uh, uh just the very lightest spoiler of like tone, I guess. Season 4 is going to end very drab if they don't have something
yeah.
else um to um to give that little bit of levity and like recontextualization.
And
But
like not like the game didn't end in a very sad way, but
yeah.
but and that scene wasn't directly at the very end. I don't think it was like.
It basically was.
Was it? I
Yeah.
thought that it was. I thought it was. No, maybe it was. I was thinking that it was during the fight scene.
No, she just gets a
But
glimpse during the fight scene.
right.
But then the actual scene plays out, and then it cuts back to where Ellie is, and then game ends pretty much.
Yeah.
um, yeah.
I truly don't see how they could make a season 4, um, unless they like completely came up with like real new storylines for
Yeah.
like a bunch of different people and everything. I am worried about how rushed this season finale might feel. Um, and from some people, I think that have seen it early, have said that yeah, it's kind of rushed.
Mm,
Because there's still quite a bit in Ellie's day 3 that we haven't seen, and a lot of stuff that we would have to have like another separate episode for, I feel. But from the preview for this week, it feels like we're getting all of that in a week, and it's like a 50-minute episode, and it's like I don't know how you're gonna do that.
yeah.
Uh,
To be
but
fair, I did have some concerns the same way for the season 1 finale because I remember
yeah,
thinking like we're covering all of spring in one day in one episode. Is pretty much
yeah,
what happened. And like if I remember, I mean it's been a long time since I've seen it, but that episode did feel like maybe slightly on the rush side as well. That final episode. But I don't know. We'll
yeah.
see. We'll know
We'll
by the time
see.
this episode is out, but we
Yeah,
won't talk
yeah.
about it till next week.
I guarantee I'm still gonna love it, but I'm
Yeah.
still I'm I'm still gonna have my problems, I'm sure. But either
Mm-hmm.
way, um, yeah, great episode and everything. But in other media news, I suppose there was the release date for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars got pushed to the December of the years that they're coming out. So Doomsday was supposed to come out next May, but it's going to be pushed to next December.
Oh.
Um, and then the next one uh, was like May of 27, and now it's being pushed to December of 27.
Mm.
But as of right now, Avengers Doomsday and Dune Messiah, the third
Mm.
Dune movie, are coming out on the same day.
Oh shit.
Um, so Doomsday is upon us,
Wow.
and that's Barbenheimer, Doomsday. Like these big movies can keep coming out on the same day, and that'll be
Yeah. Like I
great big dates for cinema.
like I said, they keep coming out on the same day as if Barbie and Oppenheimer weren't like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's all I had. But
Mm, cool.
yeah,
I don't
so.
got anything else. So.
All right. Well, we're doing a little something different this week. We usually do a bracket after a artist analysis, but you know, we were gonna do a tier list um of the Blurryface Reborn tracks and just to see where they land on a tier list, but that's not coming out till June 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So, we decided to still go with a tier list, but go with different uh a different one, and that is band names. So we're gonna, put band names on a tier list.
Mm-hmm.
Share my screen.
Oh.
I made it. Let me made a little tier list, and we're gonna put them up there. We got 22 bands up here,
All right.
and yeah, we're just gonna rank them S to F based
Mm-hmm.
on best band name, worst band name, and all anywhere in between.
Okay.
And the first one up here we got is the Backseat Lovers.
Mm. So this is one that I suggested. I'm a little curious to hear your thoughts on this one first.
Um, I don't hate it. I think that for the music that they make, it kind of fits the vibe of that kind of just kind of sad alt rock, indie rock kind of feel. The Backseat Lovers for an indie rock band feels like a pretty spot on name, especially like I said for the feel of the music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's not like it's not like a banger name, but I think it fits their vibe pretty well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it anywhere. I'd probably at best put it at like a B, but
That
myself, but
that's kind of what I'm feeling on it too. Like I like the name, but also I do think it I don't know, especially for like something like their previous record that the name is escaping me right now. Um uh what the fuck is the name of that album? Whatever. Um that like it like doesn't really quite fit their vibe as much. Like it did for their first record with like Kill Me Girl and stuff like that on there. Like I feel like it kind of fit that indie, youthful type vibe. But Waiting to Spill, that's the second one. Um
yes.
it like I don't know, it doesn't quite translate as much into some of the slower, more methodical stuff that they're doing, and it kind of I don't know, feels maybe just ever so slightly, just slightly cringe, just a little bit. But I think it's fine though, and it does somewhat fit their sound. But I actually agree with that beat placement, like pretty spot on.
Be like,
So yeah.
all right. Backseat Lovers in B. And first,
Mm-hmm.
real quick, I forgot one. So
Oh.
uh, I I know I fucking had it in there somewhere, but I
Mm-hmm.
forgot to place this in that. So, give me one moment, and
I wonder which one he's doing.
uh, uh, King.
King.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Boom. Um, I think. Nope. Is it in there? See it?
I don't see it. No. Oh wait, no.
All
Is
right.
that the
Okay.
last one?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. All right. One Republic is next.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was looking up band names, I went through like some artists and albums that I've saved over the years, and
Yeah.
One Republic was on there, and I didn't realize that it was one word altogether, and that made me hate it a little bit more, to be honest. I already think it's kind of a shitty band name, but it all being one word kind of sours it even more for me. Um, but what do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of feel the same. See, one of the things that I have to try and remember during this is like not to associate the quality of the band with the band name. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's a little hard to do that with One Republic. Um, But yeah, it does, it is a little strange for a name of a band, and it doesn't really represent their sound, I guess, just because it's
Yeah,
pretty straightforward pop music. It's not like, I don't know, anything revolutionary, quite intended, you know.
yeah.
And yeah, you know what? It being one word kind of pisses me off a little bit too. I don't know why.
All right. I'm
Uh,
feeling D. What are you feeling?
I think I think D fits, yeah, because it's not like the worst thing in the world. Like I think it actually kind
Yeah.
of works well when you say it out loud. It's more so just like
Yeah.
looking at it and thinking about it that like it doesn't work. But like if I were just to say One Republic and not like associate any of the words with anything, like it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. And like you'd think that like um that like with like you said you don't want to associate the sound of the music with the band name and everything, but you know the way that their music has kind of deteriorated over the years also pisses me off. So
Right.
D
Yeah.
D feels good.
Yeah.
Up next, we got Godspeed You, Black Emperor, in the smallest little text you could ever imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's what do you think of this name?
I see. I thought about putting this one in too. I didn't for some reason. Uh, I feel like I don't entirely know how I feel about this. Because it is iconic and like it is like a very uh it makes a statement, I guess, in some ways. And I did look up the meaning of it one time, but I forgot what it was. But there is a meaning behind it. Um, I don't know. I think the exclamation point in the middle is a little strange. And
Mhm.
I never entirely know how to say it. Like Godspeed you, Black Emperor is basically how I always read it in my head. Um,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I like it, but I don't know. I think it's fine. Like I would probably go like C B tier honestly with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it sounds pretty cool and epic. Godspeed You, Black Emperor is like a sounds pretty cool, but
Hmm.
with the exclamation mark, it does kind of take it down a little bit for me as well.
Yeah.
Um, though the font in which they made that logo is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I feel like B or C is pretty good as well.
I'm cool with like a
Um,
low B, maybe.
I love B.
If that
Yeah,
feels good to you. Yeah.
that feels good.
Okay.
Um, Up next is a band that I've never really listened to, but for some reason when I was thinking of this tier list, Pup, uh, it kind of popped into my head for
Mm-hmm.
some reason. I don't really have, and honestly, I don't really have any like big thoughts on this one. I just think that it's short and stabby and to the point, just Pup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've never listened to their music, so I don't know what they make, but
Yeah.
Pup.
Pup. I think I have listened to one song, but if this is the band I'm thinking of, and I think I actually chose this song of the week a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, this is the band I was thinking, because it was a song that Daniel had listened to and uh sent my way. Yeah, Full Blown Meltdown. That was a
Hmm.
while ago at this point though. But I do like that song. Anyways, band name though. Uh I don't know. I think it's cool, I guess. It kind of works. It unfortunately it makes me oh man, this is going to show real online stuff here. Right now it kind of makes me think of an artist that I keep seeing on album of the year that I don't really want to be seeing. Um an artist called Pent Up Pup, which
Hmm.
is um very overtly furry and very overtly the parts of furry stuff that I don't want to be seeing. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, and that was a great bit of visual humor for for our video watchers here. Um, um, so, but unfortunately, I'm associating it with that a little bit. But just the name Pup, um, I think yeah, I get what you're saying about like the short and sweet, to the point. It also doesn't really like stick out to me though personally. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, I'm feeling like maybe high B on this one. I know we're doing a lot of B's,
ID.
but like,
Yeah.
but like, you know, It's cool.
Say a B or D.
A high B, yeah.
All right. I was kind of feeling a C on it,
Okay.
so
So
maybe like a mid B,
we could do that.
mid
Mid B.
B. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Up next, we got Viagra Boys.
Mm.
Um, Not big on that. I think I think that it, for their comedic nature, I feel like that's like a valid thing to pick. It's kind of funny. Um, but if they ever want to make something like serious, I feel like the name Viagra Boys is a
Yeah.
little kind of counterintuitive to that. But if they want to stick to that, if they want to stick to the comedic kind of edge of their music, then okay, man, there you go.
Hmm.
But I think that it'll work against them if they ever want to create something that's like an opus kind of thing. Um, I think it's okay, but I wouldn't. It feels like a C to me.
Yeah, no, I think you described it well. Like it fits their vibe currently. And it like and the absurdist nature of the name, I guess, matches the absurdity in the music itself. But
Mhm.
once again, yeah, like I really like what you said about like, if they ever wanted to make something besides that or something serious. Like if I remember the album kind of ends on like a serious note a little bit.
Yeah,
And like it does I guess like even though it fits their vibe, it also like pigeonholes them into that vibe all the time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And also like it's like I mean like when I'm talking to you about music, that's fine. But like if I were to mention this to anyone else, like yeah, I kind of like that new Viagra Boys record. Like that, it makes it's a little strange. Yeah, I'm thinking C with this one as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And up next, we got another band that I've never listened to, but are infamous in the band name
Hmm.
area. We got Butthole Surfers,
Yeah.
which for the time that they came about, which I feel like was like the 70s or 80s. I feel like that's pretty edgy
Hmm.
for their era. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm all about buttholes, but I don't know if I don't know
But
if I
I
want to.
hate
I don't know
surfing.
yeah, I hate the ocean, so it's pretty. they they kind of it's kind of counterintuitive in my mind, but I think it's a funny name, so I just wanted to
Yeah.
highlight it.
I kind of hate it, not gonna lie. Like I understand the humor and I don't really know at all what their music sounds like, but the name literally deters me from ever really wanting to find out. So I think to me this is like a textbook F, but however you're feeling, we could compromise.
Yeah, man, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. I just thought it was funny to add it.
Oh no,
So,
no, it's a good one. It's a good one to add in. We need variety.
up next, though, we got car seat headrest,
Hmm.
and what are your initial thoughts on this one?
Honestly, I kind of really like it. Like
Yeah.
like I guess you can make the same argument with like One Republic, where once you actually start thinking about the words of it, like it's like, why is this the name of the band?
Mhm.
Slash Will Toledo. um, but I think it just works and it kind of rolls off the tongue and like exactly what people are talking about too. Like, oh, did you hear the new car seat
Yeah.
headrest or whatever? And like maybe like when you first hear it, it sounds a little strange, but like it strangely just kind of works. And I think the reason I remember hearing the story behind it, I think the reason he chose the name was because a lot of the initial stuff that he was putting out before the stuff we even covered on Artist Analysis was just recorded in his car. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. But yeah, no, I think it works. I like it quite a bit. Like I would probably put it A, maybe even S to be honest. But like I think A. I think A feels good for me.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I agree with what you were. That's what you were saying. Yeah, I think that it's when you hear the name car seat headrest, you're pretty intrigued by what their music might sound like.
yeah.
Um, and and that was kind of it for me too. I had seen like the album cover for Twin Fantasy. I'd heard the name, but I never dove in. But I'm glad I did because those two things intrigued me enough. And Twin Fantasy is one of my like favorite albums ever now. So,
Yeah.
um, and I think that's just that intriguing nature really just adds a lot to such like a simple thing that you wouldn't even think to have as like a band name or
Hmm.
anything like that. But it's cool, and I like it. I think it fits the vibe. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think A is cool as well.
Yeah.
So uh, next we got another animal with Cage the elephant.
Hmm.
Um, and I like the name. I This is from I think their first record or their second
Hmm.
record or something.
Yeah, I don't love
I
the way
don't
that's
love
typed out.
I don't love that, but I think Cage the Elephant is a cool name. It's kind of the same vein as like Car Seat Headrest, where it's like you hear that name, and you're like, oh, what do they make? Um, at least to me, it was, and I think it fits their kind of vibe, maybe their earlier vibe more than nowadays. Of just like a classic rock, classic modern rock kind of thing. Um, I don't know. I like the name. It's not like my favorite of all time or anything, but I think it's cool. I put it in
Hmm.
like a high B or yeah, high B probably.
Okay. I feel like I actually really like this name, to be honest. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just like the phrasing of it, or whatever. But like it works really well for me. Like it
Mhm.
sounds like it's a band name, and I'm not entirely sure if I would say it, at least to me, if it sounds like their music. Like to me, it almost sounds like it'd be a harder rock group, I guess, in some
Okay. That's good.
maybe maybe more close to like their first album, I guess, in terms of that, some of the noisy elements they had there. But yeah, no, I think it's really cool. Like it just it's like some variation on like Tame the Beast or something like that,
Yeah.
it like has a cool interpolation of that Cage the Elephant, and it just sounds intriguing. And I don't know, I like it quite a bit. I would go for A, and honestly I would even say S on this one, but if you're feeling B,
All right.
maybe A is a good
Yeah.
place.
I think A is a good place.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Also, I love that these two ads on the side are
Yeah, I was gonna
very.
say the next time we do this, I'm gonna make sure to get you a good ad blocker.
I have an ad blocker,
It's
but
not working.
yeah, I know. But to use this website, they make you turn it off.
Oh, seriously?
Um,
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
But up next, we got Death Cab for Cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I kind of dislike it. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. I was thinking earlier because I put this in and like I think there is like some sort of charm to it, but like honestly, it would in some ways it just like I feel like whenever people talk about them they just call them death cab and like that works
Yeah,
better. um
it does.
um like I don't hate it, and like in some ways it kind of does fit the music too, because it's like I mean when you hear something like death cab though, that does sound like it's like some hard punk band or something.
Yeah.
But death cab for cutie, it does kind of fit like the depressive vibes that they have on a lot of their
Mhm.
stuff. But like I agree that it's not the greatest name. It does feel, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a little strange. But like I don't like
Yeah.
hate it though. I would probably put it like C, but like I'm
Yeah.
interested to hear what you think though.
That's what I was feeling too. It's just kind of like I like when people abbreviate it to Death Cab. I think that I think that it is just rolls off the tongue better. It sounds
Yeah.
better as a band name. For the Fur Cutie, I see what you're saying, where it kind of fits the depressive kind of style of music that they put out. But just as a full band name, I think Death Cab would have felt a lot better on the mouth.
Yeah.
Um,
It definitely is a
but
mouthfeel thing now that you say it. Like it's just saying it out loud. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite like you want a band name to do.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, C feels good for me as well. Just like Death Cab by itself would be like an A or a B, but
Right.
Death Cab for Cutie just kind of
Yeah.
eh. But up next, we got Fontaine's DC. They're the band that made that Romance record that I
Hmm.
talked about a couple months ago. They put out last year, and I really don't like their name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, like DC Fontaine's would have sounded better even, but Fontaine's DC just kind of. I don't know. There's some.
Okay.
It's the mouthfeel on it as well that kind of puts it down for me.
Okay.
Um, but I don't know. There's something about it. It's just like either just Fontaine's by itself or DC Fontaine's would have sounded better to me. Um, Not that I know what it means, like the
Yeah.
band name means, but I don't know. Just mouthfeel as well for this one. It just feels kind of clunky to me.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. I guess I never really said it out loud to myself until right now. But I was gonna say I feel like I really like this for some reason. Like something
Uh,
about something about like the cryptic nature of it, but also like accessible. Like I don't know how it's so weird to talk about. But like like I have no idea what this means, but I feel like it works well together. But like I guess when it comes to the mouthfeel, maybe there is a little bit there. But I do really just I don't know. I think their name is intriguing and makes me want to listen to their music and has made me want to
okay.
listen to their music before. But I totally get what you're saying though.
Yeah,
But
I see what you're saying as well.
yeah.
But for me, it'd be like a low C, but I'm willing to bump it up to wherever you wanna.
Are you willing to bump
Or
to a low B?
I can do a low
Yeah.
B. I can do a
Okay.
low B. I
Cool.
do really like that record, so that helps it a
Yeah.
lot. But uh, but yeah, up next we got Green Day,
Mm-hmm.
Icon,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I think I really like this name. I think that I also love that the PNG that this is supposed to be is definitely not a PNG,
Oh yeah.
but the but um I don't know. There's something about it. It with how long they've been around. It's kind of like, yeah, of course it fits their name. They've been around for this long. And it's like, yeah, what other name could it be? But I don't know. There's something about Green Day that just kind of that one. Speaking of mouthfeel from the last couple, this one feels good to say. It fits
Mm-hmm.
them. I like it a lot. I also have just a deep connection to them in general.
Right.
Uh, past their bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But but I don't know. I like this one a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like oh, excuse me. I have like mixed feelings on it because like
Uh,
it is like I completely agree with you on the mouthfeel. Like I think the mouthfeel actually works really well with the name Green Day. And like the way that like you enunciate it differently for like the band name rather than you said like, oh wow, it's been a green day today, you know what I mean? Or something like that. um
yeah,
um I I don't know. It is a little strange. Like I even like thought to myself for a second there, it's like, is that the right spelling of green? Like for some reason I thought there may have been an A. It was a split second. Um um I don't know. It's strange to me. But like it does work. But like the word I don't know. It's obviously like reference to weed or whatever, which
yeah,
is fine. But it does maybe just because it's been like you're saying it's been around in the cultural zeitgeist for so long that like it's hard to see it any other way than how it's
yeah.
been presented to us since birth, pretty much. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel a little mid on it, like a C or B, but
Mm.
What were you feeling like before that?
For me, it's like either a low A or a high B for me. But
Okay.
if you're feeling a C or a B, I can go mid B, maybe
Yeah.
below back C. Um,
Yeah.
that
That
cool?
that works
Mm.
for me. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Next up, we got Nothing But Thieves.
Hmm.
What are you thinking?
I I'm realizing how like uneducated I am in good band names, I feel like. Because once I have to like talk about them. Um I don't know how I feel. Like I like this one. But once again I'm not sure if it's just cuz I like the band.
Right.
Like it works. Like I wore a Nothing But Thieves shirt to work the other day. And someone asked about it. I was like, "Oh, it's band." I don't know what else. I don't know. I'm having trouble like putting feelings towards the actual nature of the band name on this one. It's strange to talk about. Like I think
I just think it's a cool sounding name. You
it
know?
is. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, you talk about it. I want to hear
Yeah.
what you have to
I
say.
don't know that. I think that is. I think that it's cool. I think it's just like the name, kind of like how car seat headrests or Cage the Elephant. It's like, oh, what do they make? Nothing but Thieves. Just feels like a band name. And it I think it fits most of their music. I feel like I feel like it might lend itself to like a harder sound, kind of like the Cage the Elephant um, feel. But I don't know. I think that it's just a cool sounding name, like Nothing But Thieves. Like that's um, it sounds kind of like you're angry at somebody a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It kind of just evokes like a cool feel.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Wherever you want to put it, I'm cool with it. I think
all right,
A seems like it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Low A. Yeah, cool.
okay, all right. Next we got Imagine Dragon These Nuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think this name, without thinking about what they've done to music,
Without thinking about their atrocities, crimes on humanity.
yeah, without thinking about Thunder
Mm-hmm.
and Bullet and a Gun, it
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that it's all right. I think that it's fine. Definitely feels like of its time when they were coming around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it feels yeah, it just feels like Tumblr a little bit. Uh, and you know, dragons are cool. I
Mm-hmm.
like to imagine them. Um, but the band themselves are not very cool, and I think that's I think that that kind of just drags the name down a little bit to me. And
Right.
I also don't really love the font on the
Oh
logo.
yeah, yeah. That font
Um,
sucks.
um, so you know, I feel like a C or a D here is kind of they're kind of One Republic and Imagine Dragons kind of fall within the same area of music for a lot of people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I agree with that for the most part. I think the first couple of Imagine Dragons records are better than most things One Republic has done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but nowadays it's like, yeah, I can see them being on tour together
Oh yeah, yeah,
and attracting the late 20 early 30s crowd.
yeah. Um, yeah. When it, I feel like I do like the name. Once again, it's hard to separate from the band itself, but like trying to do that. I do feel like it has like a cool ring to it, for like a band name. And like it like if they had like a harder sound a little bit, or like a more creative sound at times, that would like spur your imagination, I think would be
Right.
kind of cool. But I don't know. I think it works as a band name. It's kind of the main thing
Mhm.
I want to say though. And it's just kind of the association with how they do that in their music that kind of brings it down a little bit. But I don't know. I feel like C is a good placement for this one, me personally.
See?
If yeah.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can
Yeah.
go with that. Do you like it better or worse than Death Cab? Or
Uh,
Viagra Boys even?
maybe yeah, in between.
In between?
Yeah, right after
And would you
Viagra
like
Boys.
Viagra Boys? Would you like Viagra Boys to go before or after? Because I'm feeling kind of Death Cab's better than Viagra Boys a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. I don't care.
All right, kind of getting nitpicky at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Up next, Limp Bizkit,
Mm.
Fred Durst.
Hmm.
Um, terrible name,
Yeah.
terrible. Again, very of its time, '90s. Um, I love the logo. I think that looks cool.
Hmm.
Um, but damn, I hate the way this is spelled so much.
Hmm.
Uh, it's just,
Is that also
it's.
one word, or is that just how it is?
I think it may
Hold on,
be.
I'm gonna look it up.
Um, it's-
uh, nope, no, it's two words. It's two words.
no, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I feel like it might be a euphemism of some sort as well.
Definitely feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially their fucking album, the fucking the
Chocolate
brown starfish
starfish, yeah,
album. Yeah.
and the hot dog
Yeah, this
flavored
one's
water. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
This one sucks. I hate it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's another one of those to me where like if like you just like don't think about the words like and what they mean, I think it does have a decent mouth feel.
Yeah.
um uh but like yeah, it's not great. Like for me,
Yeah.
like me personally, I would maybe put it a D. But if you want to go F, I'm cool with that too.
I'll,
It's
I'll go a high F before Butthole
okay,
Surfers.
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Because like if it was just spelled the way biscuit is spelled, I feel like it wouldn't be as bad. But once you see it and you see how it's spelled, you hate it more.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I like the logo. I think that looks cool. But yeah, I just hate the way it's spelled.
Mm,
Um, put up next, we got My Chemical Romance, and I think that is one of my favorite band names ever.
yeah.
Uh, other than my obvious connection to the band, I I love it a lot. I think that the abbreviation of MCR is fantastic as well. I think that that rolls off the tongue really well. But just in general, it just it's great. I also love the font.
Hmm.
Um, it fits the very hard emo scene of which it came from. I love it. I think it's just like a prime example of like a great band name.
Yeah, yeah. No, I would agree. Like font, obviously very great as well. But even just like the way it rolls off the tongue, like usually I feel like other bands that have had like my something in the name like can come off a little cringe, but for some reason it just kind of
Yeah.
works with My Chemical Romance. And like it fits the sound of the band perfectly, and it's
Mhm.
yeah, it's just a great band name. I agree also that MCR abbreviates very nicely as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like AJR, but like Mike, Colin, and Robert.
Romance.
Oh yeah, romance. Yeah, man. Mike, Colin, romance. Yeah, yeah,
It's almost the
beautiful.
name of the pod,
Yeah.
actually. But, uh,
Yeah, we got to rebrand.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
All
I think
right.
that's good for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Up
Um,
next, we got 9 Inch Nails, which I think is also a really good band
yeah,
name.
I was
What do you
gonna
think?
say this is kind of a back to back bangers. Like I think speaking of abbreviations, if I remember, I keep saying this like I know the names of these of the origins of these band names. But like I think I remember reading somewhere that like he kind of came up with the logo first and then came up with the words or whatever, which I think makes complete sense. I mean that logo looks sick as
Mhm.
fuck. Um,
Yeah.
but like even just like saying it out loud, like 9 Inch Nails, like it just feels like so perfectly like I don't know, like spaced out. Like it's hard to describe. Like it just looks like
Yeah.
those words are meant to go next to each other, and it doesn't actually mean anything either, if I remember correctly. But like it just sounds
Mm,
cool as fuck.
it does.
And I agree with that. And I think that's a fantastic band name.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's just so good. And I don't have a lot of experience with 9 Inch Nails. They make Trent Reznor makes great fucking soundtracks for movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, just the name makes you want to go and check it out because damn. And
Yeah.
also that logo, like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. So yeah, great shit.
Yeah.
Um, but up next we got Psychedelic Porn Crumpets.
Oh, that's what that says.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
There's
Not a big fan.
Yeah, I was gonna
To
say
be
there's kind
honest.
of a similar thing here with like Viagra Boys, where it's like you don't even want to like suggest this to people, just because.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
putting
honest,
porn in your name kind of makes people.
and crumpets afterwards too is not the best word in the world.
No, it's not.
Uh, and yeah, no, honestly, it kind of sucks. It's kind of a terrible band name, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like I like their music that I've heard from them, but like, yeah, it's. I don't think I like any of the three words
No,
to
no.
be in a band name. Um,
Yeah, like psychedelic, I could see being in a cool band name. But
yes,
porn and crumpets, yeah, for sure. Just kind of
it, I don't
make people kind of stand off.
I don't know. For me, it's like if someone were to put like the word like rock in their rock band name, or or metal in their metal band name. Like it's like it's weird being.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess psychedelic kind of works just because it's an adjective or whatever, but like I don't know. I honestly don't love this one. Like honestly, I feel like I could go
no,
F on this one. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
There's not much redeeming about it for me.
no, there really isn't.
Yeah.
Great music though, pretty good
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. No.
Um, yeah, but up next we got another really good abbreviation
Mm,
for a band, Black Country New Road.
yeah.
Uh, this one kind of feels the same as Godspeed You Black Emperor,
Mm,
where there's that comma in the middle that kind of makes Black Country New Road. You put a little space in between, or you can just say BCNR. I think BCNR is like a better way of saying it,
mm,
to be honest. But I do like the name. I think it kind of evokes kind of a like a an interest, in like you know curious as to what they might make. I don't know if it feels like a band name to me,
mm,
just like off bat, but like if somebody told me go listen to Black Country New Road, I'm like, oh, where is that?
mm.
Um, but I like the music. I think that the name fits the music. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's kind of one that feels like it should be wordier than it actually is. Like to me, I feel
Uh-huh.
like it kind of rolls off the tongue kind of well. And I
Yeah.
think the punctuation is a little more forgivable than the Godspeed You Black Emperor, because it is like grammatically correct as well. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
Black Country New Road. Like it makes sense. It's not like a Panic at the Disco or something like that.
Right.
But that's what we could have put in here too.
Yeah. Come on.
But yeah, no, it is a little wordy, and honestly, the only times where like I'm not loving that comma is whenever I'm typing it out in like a sentence or something. It's like, do I put
Right.
that comma there or not? Um, um, but yeah, BCNR works pretty decently well too. I think it sounds cool. It's just maybe just like slightly long. I think is
Yeah.
its biggest thing. But like I think it works well for like a beat placement, me personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like a
feel
high
that.
B.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Um, Up next, we got another wordy one. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how, but they found me. Down Weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I I want to hear what you think first.
I strangely I think it kind of works.
Yeah.
Like I do like the abbreviation to, like how they have in that picture there, the IDK how. Like I think that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Um,
Mhm.
I don't love that it's all caps, I guess, or maybe I don't know, maybe that's fine.
Other than the I, but
Right. I think when you're listening on streaming services, that is capitalized
yeah,
too.
I think it might be. Yeah.
But I don't know. It is very wordy, but it also kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit, strangely.
Yeah.
But it is wordy and very long, and it is a hard one to like. Yo, I'm going to the new I don't know how, but they found me concert or whatever. Like it's like what? What'd you say? Um, um, I don't know. I think it's fine, but like I think it could have been worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Um,
true.
but it like kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't. So I think for me it's like a high C, me personally. But like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. I don't know. I like the I don't know how more than the entire
right,
name put together. It is very wordy, but it does kind of roll off the tongue in a weird way. That doesn't feel bad. Um, I don't hate it. I don't love it either, but I think that it kind of fits like the weird nature of what Dallin Weeks is going for with the music and everything as well. Um, but yeah, I'm feeling a C as well. I like that. I like that placement.
cool.
Okay.
You're not
Up.
allowed.
Yeah, it's not. Up next, we got 21 Pilots, and it's weird because there's only two of them.
Hmm.
Um,
Where are the other 19? What's a blurry face? All right. Honestly. as much as we love this band, not the greatest mouthfeel on this one. Especially if
Yeah.
you're like trying to enunciate it all correctly. 21 Pilots. Like usually when people say it gets a little jumbled together. 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
um, and like I don't know. I think it's fine. Like I do love the backstory behind it. And
Hmm.
all that type of stuff. But like as just like a general band name, it is a little much to say out loud and not the greatest mouthfeel, but also it works. It's
Yeah.
okay. Like I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's fine, but it's not like super high for me.
Yeah. Like I'm not. I don't think it's the best band name. It's hard to remove myself from how much I love the band just in general. But yeah, I just think it's fine. I like the literary aspect of where Tyler came up with it and got it from and everything. And I feel like that's like a deeper lore for a band name than I feel like a lot of people might have.
Hmm.
But I think it sounds cool. But it is, it's kind of it's misleading because you think it's going to be a big band and it's
Hmm.
only two guys.
And they don't play big band music either.
No, they don't. They
No.
don't. But I'm feeling a B.
Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere in the like high B's, I think works well for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Up next we got the band.
Oh, that's what that is. F.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was looking at that one the whole time. I was like, what the hell does that even say? The
I
band.
just like,
Yeah.
you know, I was thinking about like, oh, we got, the Eagles, the Beatles, the Monkees, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's a band just called The Band.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm going to see the band tonight.
which one? The
The
band.
band. Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah,
It's
no,
bad.
it's terrible. It's not great. Still above butthole servers. um,
Well, everything's about that.
yeah.
It's like Vampire Weekend.
Um,
Um,
Honestly, I hate the way you just said it, but like I do like this band name. To me, I always say to my head Vampire Weekend, not Vampire Weekend. You know what I mean?
I usually say just Vampire Weekend as well,
Oh,
but
okay. Yeah.
that's just
You
how it
would
came out.
yeah, you enunciated it weird that time. um but yeah, no, I think it's actually a pretty cool band name. Like it's another
Yeah.
one of those where it's like no idea what that means. I mean, I guess vampires hanging out on the weekend is the first thing I think of. And
Yeah.
I only have the association with their newest album. But like I don't know, it's got a cool chill vibe to it that I think fits pretty well. And I think it rolls off the tongue well, and I think it's a good name. I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, me too. I think that it's kind of in the same vein as like Cage the Elephant, where it's like I don't know, it just kind of feels a lot of these bands that I've talked about. Where it's like, oh, what kind of stuff do they make? And I feel
Right.
like that um, it's just it's a cool band name. Like you'd hear that and think that it's either like a movie or a band.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It does kind of sound
and
like a movie name, doesn't it?
yeah, but yeah, I like it. I think it's kind of it's also kind of short and sweet, uh, but in a different way than pup.
Yeah.
Um, so what did you say? Like a or
Yeah, I didn't say anything, but yeah, like I think like low A I think kind of works well for
no?
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
All right, cool. And our last band up here, we got King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah.
Um,
Hon- Honestly, I love this band. Yeah,
yeah, I do too.
it's awesome. Like it is verbose, and like there's a lot to it, but I like the alliteration all throughout.
Mhm.
Um, like it's just it sounds funny and it works with like the charm of the band. And if you don't want to type it all out, King Giz is also a
Yeah,
fantastic like abbreviation. And like I don't know, I think it's great. Like in terms of like long band names, I think that's how you do
yeah,
it.
seriously. And I think the only like nitpick is like and the in the middle of it kind of makes it a little clunkier.
I
But
agree.
honestly,
Yeah.
King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard just like I don't know, it rolls off the tongue in a way that it shouldn't for how long it is,
Yeah.
uh, and it's just great. I love it.
It's
And it's
fun.
so weird and fun and
Yeah.
different, and it's just exactly it fits them as a band so well.
Mm-hmm. Because
Um,
they have a long discography.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm feeling like an S
I
on
yeah,
that
I
one.
think low S works really well
Uh,
because I agree
yeah,
that and the is a little bit there, but
yeah,
everything else so good.
yeah. Honestly, I might bump car seat headrest up there too a
Okay,
little bit.
that's fine.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah,
Well,
that's our tier list on band names.
yeah.
Um, yeah, we
Shout
can.
out One Republic and the holding down the D
Yeah,
fort.
holding down the D by itself,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where it belongs. Hey,
Yeah.
Last of Us.
Hey, what's up?
But but yeah, that's our tier list. I don't care if you agree or not. This is our opinion. So
Yep.
yeah, cool.
Absolutely.
All
Cool.
right.
Thank you for putting that together, Colin.
Of
Everyone say
course.
thank you to Colin. It was a
Thank
long week
you.
for me, and I forgot that I offered to make a tier list. So that was very helpful. But yeah, cool. That was our band name tier list. Uh, and I don't got anything else to say. So
Neither.
okay, cool. Well, I think we can jump into song of the week. And for me, I'm up first this week. I didn't really uh get much out of that record I listened to earlier, the Lucy
Mhm.
Bedrock one. But one song that I've been kind of sitting on that I do want to highlight because it's one of my favorite tracks of the year so far, and I just haven't had a chance to. Um, I'm going to do now. So I'm going to go with Stateside by Pink Panthers. All right, so that was Stateside by Pink Panthers. What'd you think of that, Colin?
I thought it was cool. You know, I don't know if I liked it as much as the last Pink Panther song you picked, but I did really enjoy the production and the instrumentals on that one. A lot of cool, kind of dance poppy kind of stuff, but uh, not like not like Charlie XCX where it's like kind of
Mm-hmm.
crazy clubby kind of stuff. But it was, you know, it had some cool like synth within it, and I think she sounded good on it. I think it was cool.
Yeah,
I see why you like it so much.
yeah, no, that's fine. I don't know. There's something about that song that's just like crack to me. I don't know. The synths in there are great. I really love the production in general. I think it's done by the Dare, but also with Pink Panthers on production as well. I'm not entirely sure how much she does, but I'm guessing some stuff in there. But like something about just like the melody of that song, especially like the "What can I say?" like that whole part, like
Mhm.
it's so goddamn catchy to me, and like honestly one of like my favorite melodies I think I've heard in a while. Like I don't know what it is about it, it just clicks for me so hard, and I think
Yeah.
it's ear candy, and I really enjoy listening to it, and have listened to it many times this year so far. So I don't know, I really love that track. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I gotta say about that. So what are you feeling?
Well, I was trying to decide which of the albums I wanted to go to for a song that I listened to. And I was thinking something from the Carpe Diem Moon Man album, but there's a song off the Viagra Boys album that really just it was the one that got the biggest chuckle out of me, but also it was just like a pretty good song in
Mm-hmm.
general. So I'm gonna go with "You Need Me" by Viagra Boys.
All right.
I can make a girl stop what she's doing and turn around and watch me do my little dance.
All right, that was "You Need Me" by Viagra Boys. What'd you think, Mike?
Yeah, that's always been one of my favorites off that. Always, like, I've known this record for a long time, but like that is one of my favorites off that record too. um there's something about their like formula that just works super well on that song, and I love I was looking at the Genius lyrics, and one of the things they have on the side is like the DNA of the song is cocky, messy, sad, and honest all at once. And I think that's really just the best way to
Yeah.
to put that track. It's just this song of a pathetic guy who needs the feeling of being needed, talking
Yeah.
about doing his little dance and drinking about 15 beers or maybe 25 depending on the can. Like it's so absurd, and but like the
Yeah.
riff goes fucking hard. I love the groove of the whole track and just like how it progresses, and I don't know, it's a super unique song that I think works just super well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about that one that just really captured me. Just like the historical facts about World War II throughout the song
Yeah,
really cracked me up. And especially like the last track was like, at the end he's like, "I believe." Like, like
yeah,
he doesn't
yeah,
even know if it's a real fact or not.
yeah,
Uh, but just like I don't know, it's got that comedic edge that like it doesn't really take away from like how it adds to like the quirky nature of how the instrumental and everything sounds on it too, because like it's
yeah,
kind of all over the place and weird in the background, um but it all works together to make this pretty cohesive and just fun track, that really stood out to me throughout that listen. um
yeah,
but yeah, like I said when I at the beginning, like it feels like an alternate reality kind of Black Midi,
yeah.
where um they took like a more comedic approach. But
Mhm.
cool. I like that. I like that song a lot.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. You chose it.
Yeah.
But oh, excuse me. Yeah, cool. Yeah, great pick. All right. Well, unless you got anything else to add, we can probably do some wrapping up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all good.
We're all good. All right. Well, if you're listening on streaming services, thank you very much. We love you to death, one could
Oh
say, and
yes.
one should say.
Hmm.
And yeah, thanks for being here. This was somewhat of a visual episode, though, because we were doing a tier list ranking. So you can, if you come on over to YouTube, you can see that tier list as it's being made, as well as the one visual bit that Colin did. That was awesome. Um, but we're under the same name, Broken Boys, capital N, BOYS, and over there you can see those visuals, but also there's a bunch of links in the description to a whole bunch of stuff, like the Song of the Week playlists. That little segment that we just did, we put those songs in the playlist every single week. And we got three of them down there. We got a playlist for me, and we got a playlist for Colin, and we got one for both of us combined. And in those, you can find "You Need Me" by Viagra Boys, and "Stateside" by Pink Panthers, all in there, and along with a whole bunch of other stuff that you can check out. Um, and yeah, we also have some personal stuff. For me, music soon. I swear, working week. Soon. Um, uh, yeah, I have Monday off, so maybe I'll get that fucking figured off then. Figured out then. God damn. I'll get that figured out then. Um, and yeah, that's under the name Plaintive on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever places. Go check it out, catch up on your lore. Okay. I also have an album of the year page where I rate and review music. I've got an Instagram page down there, as well as my TikTok and YouTube page. Oh yeah, I did a Blurry Face medley. I know I like
Yes.
talked about it.
Yes.
I know I talked about it last week, but it is out now. So go check that out. Um
Do it.
and
Or else.
yes. And yeah, I think that's about it for me. And Colin over here. Oh, hold on. Oh,
Oh.
oh, almost made
Uh-oh.
a grave mistake. Um, and speaking of, because of that, I am buried alive in a grave behind you, dear viewer. You're in a
Uh,
cemetery, and that's where I am in my grave mistake. And Riley's gonna start howling now, so that's what's going
I
on.
heard that.
Hmm. Yeah, he's been doing that a lot. Sometimes in the middle of the night. And anyways, yeah. So I'm in a grave behind you, dear viewer, and Colin over here. He is running our socials currently as we speak, and
Sure am.
it sure is. He runs our Twitter page where he updates when updates need to be made, and you should go over there and follow that. And he also runs our Instagram page as well as our TikTok page where he posts little funny clips of us being silly little dudes. And you
Oh
should
yeah.
go follow those as well. But other things you should follow is also his personal stuff, which he's got an album of the year page where he rates and reviews and music. But he also has a letterbox where he rates and reviews movies. I don't think you mentioned any movies this week, right?
Yes, Wicked is up there.
Oh,
So
yes, you did.
you
You
go.
did. Yeah.
Yes, you can go check out my short and sweet review of that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Go do that. And Colin, what is your relation to our dear viewer?
Well, I've taken up a second job of being an undertaker at the local graveyard,
The
and
graveyard
I'm
shift.
training. Yes, I'm training our dear viewer, um, who's taken up a this is their part time job as well, in hopes of becoming a mortuary assistant
Mm-hmm.
down the line. Um, but you know, we're just gonna be I'm gonna be walking them through it, showing them how to throw dirt on a grave and how to dig a grave, and and all of a sudden we're gonna hear like a faint hey hey oh, and some screaming,
Mm-hmm.
um some very muffled screaming from 6 feet under. It's quite the miracle that we can actually hear it, but it is
Mm-hmm.
very quiet and in the dead of night. So um we're gonna search far and wide for this whoever this screaming is coming from, and our dear viewer is going to put their ear to the ground on a certain grave, and yeah, that's going to be the one. So we're gonna go, hey, we're coming, we got you, man, it's okay, and we're gonna dig you up. It's gonna take a good while. Hope you don't suffocate in the time that it takes. Hope you have something to kill the time, but gotta take our 2 shovels, dig the 6 feet, and uh unearth your casket from the ground, and we're gonna go, and I'm gonna go, oh my god, Mike, I'm sorry, I forgot I put you there. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, it's like the Mr. Beast buried alive for 24 hours
Mm.
challenge.
Except,
But it
except
was
his friends forgot about him.
we didn't have the money for the walkie talkie,
Mm.
and because we spent it all on a grave plot, but we're I'm gonna go, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and then our dear viewer is finally gonna go, wait a second, are you guys Mike and Colin from the Broken Boys? And we're gonna go, yeah, obviously, and even though you might be a little livid with the fact that we left you stranded underground for God knows how long,
Mm.
could have been 24 hours, could have been 48, but God, that casket doesn't smell great. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
and
long enough.
uh, yeah, and you know, even though you might be upset, we do have a contractual obligation to complete this embrace. And what it is I will hug our dear viewer from in front, Mike will hug our dear viewer from behind,
Mhm.
and I will kiss Mike on the mouth. He might be a little too upset
Mhm.
to kiss me on the mouth, so I'll just you know, I'll give him a little kiss on the forehead, and
Yeah.
I'll mouth, I'm sorry yet again. Um,
So wait, so to get this clear, you're kissing me on the mouth and wait.
I'm kissing you. No, I'm saying that you might be a little too upset to kiss me on the
Oh,
mouth, so I'm just gonna
okay.
kiss you on the forehead.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Um,
Okay, okay.
Kiss you on the forehead, say I'm sorry, and you know, and it'll do just fine for this love cage, which is what
Mm.
we like to call this embrace. Um, and if you would like your very own love cage, dear viewer, all you must do is drop your address in the comments below, and we will find you. You won't know when, you won't know where, but we will find you and give you your very own love cage. So drop that addy.
Damn straight. Uh, and yeah, that's that. That's what happened. um,
That's
and
that.
that's and next week will be something else.
Sure will. It is every week. But
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.